Hello everybody, we're on this last one for this part. Chinnamasta, her actual Hindu name is Paitisha, and she sits in her bottom, right in here is her chakra. This is the base chakra. The reason is I'm saying this because I want other people to know that all of these chakras we've been talking about. I know we haven't really gone over it, and it's still going to be a while because we got the hips in them down, but I digress. Paitisha, the most deva-like amongst the devas. Don't ask me what that's supposed to mean. I don't know what that means. The most deva-like amongst all the devas. I don't get it. So, whatever. And that's all you got for her. No. Okay. The deity and her parts. So we're going to go over to Chinnamasta. We're going to go over the things she represents. It'll take a little while because she actually has a lot of meaning in things. So here we go. Chinnamasta can either be yellow or red depending on where she is worshipped, as this can be interpreted as setting or rising sun. She is described as shining as the 10,000 suns and represents true bliss and a life giver. Tantric is one of the two religions that have a goddess holding her severed head on her left arm and her left side being associated with the feminine side. Okay, so you should have gotten a picture of her so you know. But yeah, we're going to get to it. It is. Throughout literature, the head has significance. From the polishing of Purusha's head came the formation of 5 beings to represent the ruler or leader. This happened, and it is meant to tantric also in the Upanishads. Okay? The head as an internalization factor. In Tantric Hinduism, the head is the source of seed. This creates a differentiation between illusion and separation, and includes therefore does not have a connection with the Purusha. This system of belief does have a concept of the internal self, which is immediately to liberation. They believe the individual self and the greater self do exist externally, but one has to realize that the individual self is part of the greater self. So in other words, there's the macro and there's the micro. But you need to realize that you are both. And both are you. Because I get so sick of this shit. All the time. Well, the macrocosm does na-na-na. And I'm the microcosm and I do na-na-na. No, you do both. Okay? You just need to realize that you do both. That drives me up a fucking wall. Okay. The symbolistic significance of the severed of the head. In belief, the head means the separation of the body. The head does not destroy the essence, the unborn, eternal, abiding, primitive self. What this person believes to be a self-individual unit, the body part is greater than the whole, which leads to Chinnamasta, dead or alive, after she severs her head. By the drinking of her own blood, her vitality goes unchanged, and also she gets energy from the copulation couple that she's standing on. I know that we didn't show that, but that's what she is doing. Thus, temporary the moment that she can transcend life and death. It is also said that a person's fulfillment comes from idiosyncratic attachment, give way to acceptance and to transpersonal divine order. An order made apparently at the moment of that which is self-surrendering act. It is also talked about while envisioning the separation of the head. The order of the complete sacrifice mortality has to be finished by the head reattaching to the body. There is some discussion of Chinnamasta separating her head and then reattaching it. It shows that it leads not to death but immortality, and through this it also has a disunity, thus it is reality, a unity. Okay? Now she has 3 eyes. Her first 2 and then she has the third one. They're all open. It is said that she has 3 eyes. Both regular eyes well represent the third eye. The direction of the eyes, something to consider. She has a depiction looking at herself, not her devotees, which means that you look within yourself to gain higher knowledge. And also note the representation of the 3 eyes, her ability to see the past, the present, and the future. And the interpretation of these 3 eyes indicate transcendent knowledge which aids one to liberation. Does that make sense? Probably not. I don't want that. No. How do we kill this thing? I forget. Close. Okay. Okay, there it goes. Yep. No, I don't want to edit the. Thank you. Okay. Whoa. There we go. Hey, Kelsey.
Yes.
Wake up.
I'm not asleep. I'm looking
Blood
at
as
my hand.
blood as a beneficial biofluid. When Vishnu was beheaded, there was a vital sap that leaked from his neck and lapped up by the gods for knowledge. This is pretty sure to be blood, and it just wants to use that word. The tantric practitioner and transmutation of a vile sap is possible, and the ultimate transformation comes from our mata, which is nectar of immortality, and that goes back to when everybody, Sarah's on one side, David's on the other side, and they're trying to get the world. So they squeeze everything out of it. And one of them was the Armita, and it was in order to create this transformation, the tantric practitioner, you must be able to master pranayama and the manipulations of the subtle winds of the body. These breathing exercises and mantras will put it out and help you rise the subtle winds in your body, left and right and nostrils, and send build-up of winds in your body based on your spine, based on gathering energy. Air tailbone arouses the snake, there the Ida and the Pingla to the crown of the head. Thus, the great challenge is rewarded. Also, the Chinnamasta is drinking middle stream of blood, which can be deceptive as her transmuted is still subtle prana, which indicates her devotees that she has achieved undifferentiated true awakening to Kundalini. Okay, now her stance. She stands with the bowman stance, ready to defend her devotees as they are attacked. As a practitioner ready to strike with arrogance is applied in talking to her. She stands on God and Goddess, desiring to copulate. Standing definitely shows that she has overcome what they symbolize. Her deceitful hair and nakedness. This is two of her representing of abandonment of social issues, and that she's hair because it would cover up the very sun. Hard to do. She's disheveled represents the same thing as Kali. Okay. The knife in the right hand was something that she used. It is seen as a separation of I or self that needed to become liberated. The knife severs as a concept of decursive thought, a major impediment to enlightenment. The blade also indicates her wisdom and cuts the logic. Apparently, hers is wisdom. Skull, rosary, bone necklace, and serpent as a cord. In Hinduism, all these things are transcending in the time of death. She is able to fuse with death, and wearing these life-ending symbols are animated. The serpent, as a sacred cord, is representative of associating temporarily in immortality. And by wearing serpent as a cord, she has not bound any Hindu class. Which is, I mean, okay, whoa. Okay. Okay. Chinnamasta is supposed to be 16 years of age, in contrast, again, 12 years of age, representing the maturity between 12 and 13 years of age. On the three stems of blood, there goes to the following to the Ida, the Dakini, and the Paniga. Going to the right is Varniya. In the middle, going back to Chinnamasta, and the level of the factor that they are connected navel. This is the fact that the devotees drinking the left and right side of the blood represents their dependency on Chinnamasta. The attendants are duality and are depicted as Dakini, wears a red smiling face and a face of rune looks to be black, and they're extremely frightening to look at. They above their heads, in fact, so that they cling to concept of the achievement of death, which visualizes that 3 streams of blood of Chinnamasta can be conducted in ways symbolizing of Ida Pinkala and the spine for Kundalini experiences. This is why it's a good thing that she is on the head and the serpent Manasa sits on Arden. And her fathers, Dewani and Kasva, will be the attendants' names, and they are known as Baneful to the fathers. So now let's look at Baneful. Okay. Baneful. 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 The definition. Harmful or destructive. The baneful effects of envy and jealousy. There we go. It's just taking its time. Okay. Production of destruction or woe or seemingly harmful. Archaic is poisonous. Okay? So, that's what that means, and that's what they do. Chinnamasta's seal is can I get it? Cool. There we go. Her seal. And this is her seal. Okay.
Okay.
She has 3 representations, meaning all 3 of them, her and her sidekicks, and 2 triangles, both pointing down, meaning they're all female, and that there's 2 triangles. There's the seen and the unseen. And that's how she gets liberation. With all that in mind, there's plenty more information on her, but that'll be in the book. The other thing. Why does she take over? Why does she take over the bottom? The bottom was originally conceived as Indra. And we go in and we look, we compare Indra to Vedic Indra, and they're not the same. They're not the same person. So we go through here, and I find that she is now, Chinnamasta has taken over Indra, the Vindu, the Vedic version, with his, she took over him. And that was briefly mentioned in Nasa Magawa in the part where it basically has her cutting his head off and he falls and dies. And considering that this is what it is, that's what happened. So she considered herself overtaking what he was doing. with the lightnings, the storms, and all those other things. So keep in mind that when you invoke Chinnamasta, you will be dealing with the fact that it is it's hard to explain it, and it's hard to tell people how in the world Chinnamasta would talk to you. I mean, she's very subtle, she's very kind, but she's direct. And if you're if you believe something and you show it to her, she'll either dice you or go. And you're going to have to deal with it. And it's going to take time to get Chinnamastas. Her power. Because it's all very yes, no, thus, maybe, all that shit. That shit is gone. It's yes and no until you get it. And that's about that. That covers Chinnamasta. If there are any more questions, you know how to contact me. You can find me and all that shit. And rest of the night. Akalita Ariman.